Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me just to catch up and chat with y'all. I'm going to be using the ColourPop X's and O's palette on my eyes. That's what I use for this look because I think that that is close to some other makeup I've been eyeing. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about life, catch up from like wherever I left off with my last get ready with me. Welcome to my new subscribers who were here from my very deep toxic theology video. I hope you'll not be disappointed by this, and yeah, let's just get started. Okay, hi, hello, let's get this get ready with me started. I actually haven't done my brows yet because I've kind of changed up like the order in which I do things, like just a tiny bit, only with eyeshadow palettes that I know aren't going to give me fallout. So anyway, I'm doing my base first. I'm doing some underpainting with the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Mocha. Yeah, I'm gonna try and like talk about the things that I'm using as I go along, but we're just gonna have to see. My hair is looking a little bit weird because I cut it and dyed it myself yesterday. And I don't mind how it looks, but I definitely am like looking at the back. I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird, but also I have like no texture on the top because I don't know how to do that for myself. So I'm just gonna live with it and hope that on my like non-wash days that it'll have a little bit more texture. Besides, I'm gonna have to get used to these at-home haircuts, at least until like our next president takes effect and we can actually have someone competent handling the COVID relief efforts, because I'm really just like not gonna feel comfortable having someone that close to my face for that long of a time. But you know what, I can bring that one down more and make the same mistake on both sides. That way it'll be like symmetrical. Should I move my ring light down? I don't know how ring lights work yet. Give me 1 second. Okay, is that like a better look? Oh, there, I think that is a bit of a difference. So looking at the camera is gonna be like in my eyes, but you know what, I already have mild astigmatism, who gives a shit? Like, I'm just going to keep that up. So now I'm getting to use my NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, just on my Real Technique sponge, put that all over my face. It's a nice little tinted moisturizer. It helps like this look less intense. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, first of all, I know that my last video got so many views. It was terrifying. But welcome to all of the new people on my channel. This is half the reason that I wanted to film a get ready with me. Is because I know that there's going to be a lot of new folks here, and that scares the living shit out of me. That's also why it took so long for me to make another video. Because I'm like, oh god, okay, that one got like 1,000 views as of the time that I'm filming this. And I'm really glad that a lot of people watched it and really liked it. I just have a hard time following up anything successful with anything else because I get major imposter syndrome. So it's like, okay, looks like I peaked. Let me never post anything again. Like, that's not how that shit works, but it is how it works in my brain. That's why y'all are like getting a get ready with me. So I'm using the Fenty bronzer in Shady Biz to kind of like amp up the contour a little bit, give my face some dimension. I feel like it's been like forever since I filmed an actual proper get ready with me. I know I filmed one right before I moved, and then I just didn't post it because it like the moving and everything took so long that like it just felt irrelevant by the time that I could post it. So yeah, we're still like not finished moving. I'm gonna use the shade Meltdown from the Melt Radioactive palette to fill in my brows. Yeah, we're still not finished moving, but we're just like waiting for, we have some friends with trucks who are going to help us like actually bring the furniture over. That way we don't have to pay for, you know, a real mover, which is going to be super great. Because also like, even if we did like get a U-Haul, there's some furniture that's going to be so heavy that neither Case nor I can like lift it even when we do it together. So that is going to happen Monday, which I think might be the day that this goes up. I don't know if I'm going to post this first or another video first. I don't know. we're going to see. I also don't know if I'm just like gonna post this today when I film it. Probably not, because that's like a lot of work and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I like that here I actually, like, we have enough bedrooms here that like I can have my own filming space. The sugar gliders have their own room, like where they can get out and run around as they please. Yeah, and so there's just like a lot of room, and the cats have a lot of space to run around, which is also fantastic because they're kittens and they have so much energy and I don't have a lot of energy. Speaking of kittens, guess what I woke up to this morning? Ivy had caught her first mouse. I knew that that was going to happen because right now we're in a more rural area anyway. And so I knew that was going to happen eventually, but like, didn't want that to be like, that was like literally the first thing I saw when I got up this morning. Like the cats came in and woke me up and I was like, okay, let me go get your food. It's like 8, you know, a reasonable hour to be woken up. And then I walked outside and I was like, oh, is Ivy playing with one of her mouse toys? And I'm like, no, it's not a toy mouse. It's a real one. Anyway, she's Michael Meowers now. So I have mixed feelings because I'm like, okay, that is, you know, she is a cat, circle of life. She's following her natural instincts, so I'm very proud of her. But also, like, I don't eat meat because it makes me sad. I use the website doesthedogdie.com for, like, every piece of media I consume. That wasn't the most fun for me to get up to in the morning. So... This is completely trivial, but I need to know everyone's opinion. So I was getting into a discussion with some internet friends the other day about the pronunciation of the word bury, as in like the act of like burying something in the ground, like covering it with dirt. And I did not know that apparently there's a huge amount of people that say bury the same way as they would say bury. And apparently there's also a lot of people who didn't know that, like, there were people like me out there who pronounce things, like them very differently. And I'm going to establish what eyeshadow palette I'm going to use. I'm going to use the ColourPop X's and O's palette because while I'm not buying from ColourPop, I am very attracted to the Lime Crime Holiday Collection, just like all of it. And this has some similar tones to like the smaller one, like the nice rosy neutrals. So I'm going to use this so I don't get tempted to buy that, even though, actually confession for later in the video, I do have a Lime Crime Velveteen because I did find out that Doe Deer did step down from the board and is no longer making money from the brand, and that's kind of what I wanted out of the brand. So I got this with Ulta Points, and it's called Sasha, which is the name of my childhood dog anyway. I want to wear that too. But I did want to get that out of the way before I go any further, that you will be seeing Lime Crime products that I bought on sale. Like, I feel about them the same way I do Kat Von D. Like, I'm not going to go out and buy things from them, like, just to buy things from them, but if it's something I find interesting, I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? Also, that should be Kendo Vegan to Makeup, not Kat Von D. Anyway, using ColourPop X's and O's so I don't get tempted to buy, like, their entire holiday collection, because while I'm okay with, like, kind of buying from them right now, I don't want to, I only have so many dollars to spend, y'all. Okay, so the word bury. Like, I knew that there were people who pronounce it berry, but, like, I don't entirely, like, it doesn't make sense to me because my mom always said, like, that whenever people pronounce bury as berry, like burying something, it's like you're throwing berries at it, and I can't see it any other way now. And that's like just how it's been since childhood. So it's always bury to me. So how many of you like say bury? How many of you say berry? Are you a native English speaker? What part of the world are you from? What part of the United States are you from? I am from rural, like literally like the middle of Virginia. And I talk with Case because they're in like the Appalachian part of Virginia. And while they say berry, most of their family says bury. And a lot of the folks I was talking to and I was like having the debate with are from like the Northeast. I just want to know. I'm very curious because I also then like this prompted everyone to like take the like New York Times US regional accent quiz, and it pegged me pretty well because it said that my accent is basically like from Richmond, Virginia, which kind of, you know. So I'm just like, curious, like tell me in the comments below, how do you pronounce the word berry or bury? God, now I'm confused and saying it both ways. Ah. Yeah, this is purely like completely not related to anything else. I just really wanted to know, because we've obviously, since like election season just happened, there's so many like debates that have happened that are significantly less trivial than this. But I just wanted to know, okay? Okay. Let's see what else is going on. I'm loving my job. I can like kind of talk about it a little bit. Like the folks in my job know about my YouTube channel, and like they're very supportive and awesome, because also like I do social media for them. So like my primary job is social media, where it's not in like a church or nonprofit situation, which is what I kind of like anticipated myself doing after seminary. But honestly, so like the company's in like renewable energy and like clean energy, and to me that's still like very close to my heart and very close to like what I'm called to do. So I'm very, very happy that I am able to do that for my job. I've just really been loving it, because I feel like we're doing so many great things, and I work with people who I really, really like, and I can do it from home. So like it's really awesome, and I'm learning a lot of things. Like I didn't know that much about like the science side of renewable energy, and I'm still probably the one on the team who like knows the least about like the sciencey parts of it. I can tell all of us are like on the same page and really like working for something that we care about, and I'm really happy with it. I didn't anticipate finding a job quite like this, and while it's definitely very different from what I saw myself doing after graduation, it just makes me really happy that I get to do something that I love, like, and I can do it, since it's remote, I can do it wherever I want. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy with it. I don't know, like, I mean, y'all were here with me on my channel when I was like doing makeup for job interviews and stuff as I was going through that process this summer. And I had just like applied to this place on a whim, and it worked out. It worked out. It was super great. And I'm loving this eye look, and there's more fallout from this palette than anticipated. Fortunately, my cardigan is like the same color as my eyeshadow, so I can just wipe that off, because I'm not really going anywhere today. I might go to the park, possibly, because it's pretty nice outside, and I don't know how much longer we're going to have like parks and public spaces, since like all of the cases of the plague are up. You know, I have a feeling we're probably going to go back into lockdown soon, which I don't necessarily mind, because, you know, like, you know, do whatever we need to do for public health and all of that. And I'm hoping that, especially, you know, with a new administration coming in, like when they come in, they'll hopefully be able to help provide some economic relief as well for folks. So I'm like, anything for public health. However, I also recognize that probably if we do another lockdown for like a long time, I'm probably going to get the urge to like do a DIY piercing or something like that, which I fully recognize is a horrible, horrible idea, but I'm just saying I get like mildly impulsive when I am like stuck inside and not able to do things. So like that's more of a me thing than like something anyone else needs to worry about. But that's also because I haven't had a tattoo in almost a year. Like lockdown happened right as I was set to just like finish getting some line work done on my big arm piece, and so I just haven't had finished that. Like no judgment for anyone who has like in the safer areas, you know, gone to do that. Like I totally understand, but like half the reason I DIY my own haircuts right now is just because I simply do not wish for someone who I don't live with to be that close to me for an extended period of time. Like I fully understand that, like, you know, salon owners and stuff are like taking all of the proper precautions. They wouldn't be able to open if they didn't, but like I just don't want anyone to be that close to me right now. Yeah, so I have a lot of tattoo urges right now, but you know, yeah, so prepping for other lockdown, like, you know, I was talking with my parents, and while they've said like, you know, if it's safe, we could do like a small gathering of just like me and them, but like that's obviously like a huge caveat of if it's safe. It probably won't be, you know. But we're all just like, yeah, we're willing to have an abnormal holiday season. If it means that we can, you know, I have a lot of confidence that like by this time next year, since all of the election stuff happened and Biden was like officially elected president, you know, if all that goes well, you know, I think that we will definitely have it under control by the holiday season, like next year. So like, who cares? Because that means we'll get to see, you know, everyone alive and happy and safe by next year. And to me, that is all we could possibly ask for, you know? So if it means like I have to have a small or non-existent Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, who cares? That's how I view it. Like, I recognize that not everyone's in a position where they can, like, you know, lots of people do have jobs that require that like aren't from home and stuff, and I fully understand that I'm like very privileged in that regard. But I do think that, like, you know, if you can make the sacrifice for public health, like, it's called empathy, motherfuckers. I want to ask if that was too harsh, but I know it wasn't, so yeah. Let me keep like working on this Glossier Cloud paint in Dusk. I really like how the eyes turned out, by the way. I think that this is like, it's like kind of fiery. I like that. What else has been going on? Because I already talked about like job. As you know, like, I'm happy about like the election results, you know. Like literally Case and I were eating breakfast and I was like, LOL, let me check the results that definitely haven't changed. And then it had. And that's how I found out the news. Surprise. So like, I'm really happy about that. But you already figured that out by like my previous video, which once again, thank you for loving it so much. I am terrified by the amount of attention that it got. I am a person who is a paradox because I love doing social media. I love being on the internet. I love making videos. However, any positive attention that comes my way, excuse me, such is the paradox of being me. So I'm gonna use this Model's Own Baked Highlighter in Golden Sand. It's a Sculpt and Glow highlighter powder. I always get this one confused with the Makeup Revolution one. I've started using this one because I broke my Makeup Revolution one in the move. So like, that literally just like has the worst packaging ever. As much as I love the formula and I think it looks super great, I'm never buying one of those again. I really like this one, but this one has been discontinued. I think it's a great color for my face, but I will probably buy a different formula of like this color once I finish this up, because I do have some that are like more on the goldy side of this, but like something about this just does like the wet look highlighter so well, and like as you can see, it's like very shiny on my face, so I like it a lot. And then for my lipstick, so I talked about this earlier, I had a whole bunch of Ulta points, and since Doe Deer is no longer making money from Lime Crime, I was like, okay, you know, let me try the brand, because I have always wanted to try Lime Crime because they make so many products that to me are very up my alley. But obviously I never wanted to give Doe Deer my money because I don't feel comfortable with it. But considering she's stepped down and is not making money from the brand, and the brand has remained relatively like scandal free for a while, I think that is a good sign. So I got the Velveteen in Sasha, which I got because one, I love a good rosy nude. Two, Sasha was the name of my childhood dog. And I bought this with points, so I didn't actually spend like any money on it. Like 64 cents for tax. I love how I specifically remember that number. Anyway, let me put it on. And see, that is like a really nice color. The Velveteens are really comfortable. They are having like a huge Black Friday sale on their site right now, so I did buy a couple more Velveteens because they had some pretty good sales on some colors that I wanted. And I also got one of their conditioners because I'm almost out of my overtone, and the company for my hair dye accidentally sent me the wrong color and then they sent me the right color. And this is obviously like story time now, since I am finished with, well, almost finished with my makeup. But they sent me the wrong color. They sent me smoky teal instead of my usual cerulean sea, and Lunar Tides has some of the best customer service of any brand I've ever tried. So they were like, keep the smoky teal, we'll send you another one. I got the other one in the mail yesterday. So I went and did my hair, and I thought that since smoky teal was like a darker, less vibrant version of the cerulean sea, I would just like use it on the sides and like in my roots, and it didn't show up as well as I thought it would. So Kate suggested that instead of me buying Overtone again, which like I really do enjoy, I think it does great things for my hair. I don't think it deposits that much color back into it, but it's not bad at all. I just like what it does to my hair texture because I think it helps with like the wave and stuff. But Kate suggested that I just like mix the rest into a conditioner, and since Lime Crime was having like half off of their conditioners, I decided to get like their universal one because they have a blue color conditioner but they don't have a green one. And usually when I do get a color depositing conditioner, I want something that leans on the more tealy green side, because usually the like greener pigments are the ones that tends to go away more and it just kind of turns like a bluish color. So that's what I like to kind of deposit back in. So I'm gonna put the rest of the dye that didn't really work too well on my hair, and that way it'll be like diluted and can hopefully give like all of the right parts of my hair back when I wash my hair. And like, oh, that's a complete side note, but I also did buy the Kaleidos Lunar Lavender palette because they were also having a pretty good sale on that, so I got that. And then I also pre-ordered the entire Melt and Beetlejuice collection, which hurt my wallet but made my makeup goblin happy. And I kind of figured like, okay, it's 2020, and while this definitely means I'm going to like severely limit my makeup spending for the rest of the year, it's been a very like hard year, and I wanted to kind of have something that brings me a little bit more joy and like something really, really exciting. So okay, so that is it for this Get Ready With Me. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see y'all in my next one. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!